My name is Carolyn Arellano. I was born and raised in New Jersey. I currently do live in New York. I have a cleaning business that is based out of New Jersey, and we primarily clean homes. Now, when I first started my cleaning business, I did this out of necessity, like a lot of us do. It wasn't something that I dreamed of. It wasn't something that I was going to school for. It was my passion, though. I always had a love for cleaning. I would say, a little bit of OCD, but having things in order and having things neat and having the potential to transform people's homes was always a passion of mine. So, although I did go to school for business and I got a degree, that was completely unnecessary because the entire time I had a talent, right? Which was transforming homes. So I actually started my cleaning business, as I mentioned, out of complete necessity. I had, was going through a rough financial time in my life, and I had a couple of people in the same week actually mention the fact that I should start a cleaning business. I was already starting a party planning business that wasn't working out, but when I had about 4 or 5 people tell me in the same week that I should start a cleaning business, I took that as a sign and started doing my research. Okay. So I had no cleaning experience professionally. I had no actual real business background. I did go to school for business, but I didn't have the real hands-on experience. So this was my baby, and we did very, very well within that first year. So while I was trying to learn the ins and outs of the industry before actually taking on my first sale, I was able to find ZenMaid and their platform online and actually start to implement that within my cleaning business and on the website that I was working on to build to bring in those first couple of clients. Now, during that first year of business, I did have a partner at the time, my sister, and the two of us were a solo cleaning team. So it was the two of us working side by side for the first 12 months in business. Now, I would say that I removed myself at about month 7 or 8 because I had to do or work on the business development side. And at that point is when we started to hire our cleaning technicians and grow our team. And then my sister ultimately became the head of operations. Now, in our first year of cleaning, we did bring in a little bit over $300,000 in sales, with a majority of our clients being residential cleaning clients at that time. And we were able to really build a business, a sustainable business that was growing because of the digital footprint that we had, because of the systems that we had put in place prior to actually taking on our first client. So before we took that first house cleaning, that actually came through our Google profile, that was booked through ZenMaid. We did our research. We learned, what we needed in a website. We were looking for a booking platform. And again, ZenMaid was implemented on our website before we even had our first client, which is pretty cool. And again, a key factor to our success within that first year and every year since has been automating our operations and having that 24/7 storefront, which we have, which is a website. And of course, by implementing ZenMaid's quoting and lead forms, as well as using their scheduling systems and all of the amazing, great features that ZenMaid has to offer. So if you guys are not familiar with everything that ZenMaid can do for your cleaning business, please be sure to take the time to sign up for your free trial, you guys. It would be, silly of you guys not to at least give it a chance to see what it can do for your business. And I promise you, it is not complicated to learn. All right, so now that you guys know a little bit about me and why I started my business and how I started, we are going to talk about that digital footprint that I was talking about earlier. So when I first started my cleaning business, I was blessed enough to have a business mentor who is still my mentor after about 5.5 years now. And he had no idea how to run a cleaning business. He didn't know anything about cleaning. He didn't know anything about pricing. But what he did know about was business development and what needed to get done in order for us to generate clients, right? And one of his very first pieces of advice was that you're going to need a website and you're going to need a way for people to clearly understand what types of services it is that you are going to offer what's included. And there has to be some type of way in which you can capture all of this very important information along with credit card info to make the process easier. I guess he knew that we were going to get a ton of clients and that things were going to get crazy. So we wanted to have that foundation of our business set up early on. That way, when things did get busy, we had some type of flow when it came to sales and being able to cater to our clients. So in 2024, your website or having a website for any type of business it is that you may be running is extremely crucial. Now, statistics show that 88% of consumers research online before making a purchase or booking a service. And that was grabbed from Google of this year. So 88% of consumers research online before making a purchase. That is a lot of consumers. Okay, 88% of people will go online to see what your business is about or who has, you know, a cleaning business within the area. So word of mouth is fantastic. I know that is a huge way to market and we get a ton of referrals and it is amazing and it works very well. But you also want to make sure that you do have that digital footprint. You want to make sure that you have that website to showcase all of the different services and amazing things that your cleaning business has to offer. Now, your website is going to act as your 24/7 storefront. In 2024, your website is going to be your 24/7 storefront that is always accessible, making it the first impression for your potential clients. So, what does that mean? Well, to be completely honest with you, I didn't think that we would get a ton of bookings or inquiries, online after hours or over the weekend, but I quickly learned that that's not the case, right? People are constantly searching online at different hours of the day. So let's say a client were to need a quotation from you or want to find more information on your cleaning business and the different types of services that you offer, and it's not between 9 a.m. and 5 p.m. Well, who is going to give them that information? How are they going to educate themselves to make that decision to go with your company? Well, that is going to be your website's responsibility, right? The role of your website is going to be that 24/7 storefront. So although it's 1 a.m. on the East Coast and I'm dead in my sleep, that doesn't mean that when I wake up at 7 o'clock in the morning, I am not going to have a new instant booking or inquiry for a customer that maybe only has, those hours during the night to do their shopping or to do, their personal stuff. So your website is going to be your 24/7 storefront, meaning that it is always going to be accessible to your potential clients that are looking to book services within your area. So pretty much it's going to act for you when you are not open and available to take questions and inquiries. The third reason for having a website in 2024 for your cleaning business is going to be the convenience of it. So customers are looking for convenience, transparency, and an immediate response. They can expect fast and clear information. So this is a really big one because you could have a website created, right? But you want to make sure that it is very convenient, that your clients can land on your website, go to different pages, and understand what it is that you are offering as a cleaning business. Are you offering, deep cleaning services, move in, move out, post construction? People want answers and they want to understand exactly what it is that you're providing, in what areas that you're providing, and of course, having, an immediate response. We're in an era where we just need, very quick gratification. We need information at the palm of our hands, right? At the tip of our fingertips. So having this website is going to be super convenient for the consumers that are looking online because they're going to be able to understand or answer all the questions that they may have about your cleaning business, right? So convenience is a really, really big one. And transparency, of course, just being transparent. If you say you do deep cleanings, right? What is included in that deep cleaning? let's talk about maybe showing a checklist on that website, letting them know of, any FAQs that they may have. So essentially, you just want to be as convenient as possible and give as much information and be very clear on the information that you're giving. And of course, the fourth reason to have a website in 2024 is going to be to build trust. A user friendly, easy to navigate website builds trust and converts visitors into paying customers. So this is a really big one for me because when I first started my cleaning business, this is what my mentor told me. He's like, you should have a website up and running. You should have that professional Gmail from the beginning because it builds trust. And at first I was like, well, I personally never used a cleaning company before, so I couldn't really tell you if that were true or not. However, thinking back to other service-based services that I have used in the past, it's true. I don't see myself, going with a company. Let's say I needed air duct cleaning services from my condo. I wouldn't book air duct cleaning services with a company that doesn't have a website linked because that to me is going to give me a feeling of distrust, right? I'm not going to think that they're legitimate. I might think that, this is either a scam or this company was just put together, but it's not going to give me the trust, enough trust that I need to go ahead and move forward with booking a service company like that. So having a website is going to give those consumers or potential clients a feeling of trust and understanding that, okay, this is a serious business. You know, they have a website. They're showing us the different types of cleanings, where they service, what's included, and give me a chance to move forward with booking if I would like to. But in a nutshell, again, 88% of consumers go online. Your website is going to be there 24/7, showcasing your services and your business, even when you're asleep and not open for business. Having a website is all about convenience, and that is what these consumers are looking for. People want answers right away. And of course, your website is going to build a feeling of trust with your potential clients. Now, here we are pretty much looking over the modern consumer's journey from Google to your website. Now, as I mentioned, 88% of consumers go online. Okay. And for me, in my experience, there are two categories of people. So there are those that head right to Google, such as myself, and then there are those that head over to Facebook, right? So regardless of whether they are coming from a search engine or if they're going to a local Facebook group, at the end of the day, they are going to funnel into what? Your cleaning business's website, right? So let's get into the modern consumer's journey. Typically, the first step is going to be doing that Google search. Okay, so potential clients are going to search for local cleaning services. Now, if you guys go and type in cleaning company near me in your area, you're going to want to make sure that you pop up on that first page of Google. So let's just say, for example, somebody does go ahead and do the search of your cleaning business or cleaning company near me, or the different cleaning services that they're looking for. It's going to take them to Google, right? So once they find the search results for cleaning company near me, they're going to go from that Google My Business profile or that Google ad that may be running for your cleaning business, and then they are going to end up clicking on your website. Okay, so with your website, SEO, which is search engine optimization, ensures that it ranks high in search results. So when building a website, there are a few different things that you want to look for. We talked about convenience, so having all the information that is needed, transparency with checklists and pricing, if that is something that you want to show, or if not, transparency, again, in the checklist and what to expect. And of course, immediate response, which we talked about. So having a live chat on your website for any questions that somebody may have that they can't find. And SEO, of course, so search engine optimization. You want to make sure that on your cleaning business's website, you have the verbiage and the words that are being searched for the type of business, for the types of services that your businesses are offering, right? So if it's house cleaning, apartment cleaning, commercial cleaning, SEO could be the areas that you're servicing, but you do want to make sure that you have all that is needed on your website. And we're actually going to take a look at a website in a little while, just so I can give you some examples of what a cleaning business website should look like. But essentially, they're going to go from the Google search to clicking on your website to converting, right? But before they actually convert over to a client, what are they going to do? They're going to look through that website. And your first impressions matter. So you want to make sure that it's easy to navigate. You want to make sure you have clear service descriptions and your intake forms. And you want to make sure to have that live chat, as we talked about. So people are going to look at your website. And of course, the first impressions do matter. And then, of course, what they're going to do is convert, right? If they feel comfortable, if they have that trust in your company, if the first impression that you had was a good one, your website was clear and concise on the services that you provide, well, then they're going to convert. And this is where ZenMaid's instant quoting and booking and lead forms come in. They can actually provide an easy, seamless experience to turn interested visitors into paying clients. Now, something I want to speak on briefly before we head over to the next slide is that I do a lot of auditing for cleaning business owners of their current websites, right? So if you're listening and you already have your website built and you're searchable and you're easily found on Google, and you don't have a form like the ZenMaid intake form that I'm going to be showing you on your website to collect all the information that you need to follow up with that quote, then you are going to lose on those conversions, right? Because people want to be able to put in some information and get a fast result as to what they're going to be looking for in their services. So if you have a website, but you don't have some type of lead capture or some way to convert your clients into customers, then you are missing a very important part to your website, right? And for me, that is ZenMaid's instant forms, of course. We spoke a little bit on these topics of how, this acts as your 24/7 storefront. So, of course, you're available anytime, anywhere. In the digital age, customers want the ability to get quotes and book services anytime, anywhere, not just during your business hours. Of course, accessibility is a big thing. So your website needs to function as your 24/7 storefront, always available to answer questions, provide quotes, and take bookings. And of course, we spoke about the convenience of your website with the instant quoting, booking, and lead forms to make the entire process faster for your clients, which will help you increase your conversion rates. I'm not sure if a lot of you actually log on to your Google My Business or onto your website's dashboard, wherever that is being hosted. But normally there is a way to tell, especially on Google My Business, they'll actually give you the analytics of how many people have visited your Google My Business profile in the past month or time frame. And what I will say is that having, this implemented is definitely going to be a huge help. All right, so let's talk about ZenMaid's instant quoting and leads form. Now, this is going to be a feature that is going to help you guys close on these bookings or leads. Now, I do want to state something because in these future slides and on my cleaning business website, I do show my prices. However, I do want to say that we do typically advise against displaying the pricing outright, just because in competitive markets, customers might exit after seeing prices before becoming an actual lead. So if you start off by showing prices and you just notice that you're not converting enough, then hiding the prices would be ideal. And just going back to, my last slide, when we were talking about the analytics. So if you happen to see that on your Google My Business profile, you have 120 people or you have 300 people visiting your website, but you're asking yourself, why isn't anybody calling or booking or actually converting into a client? Then maybe you need to further investigate whether or not you have something implemented like these lead forms that ZenMaid does offer. So as I was mentioning, the market is very competitive in all across America. So you can tailor these booking forms where you do not have to show the pricing, where you don't have to give pricing right away. But you still can utilize these forms in a manner where people are filling out all of the information that you need to come up with a price, to quote them properly and give them a call back, right? So something that's really cool about these instant lead capture forms, booking forms, quoting forms, I mean, whatever you'd like to call them, right? Because they are adjustable and customizable. So again, you can use these to quote, you can use these as a lead form, you can use these to instant book, and I'm going to show you in a couple of slides what that looks like. But these forms have been a huge part of my cleaning business's success, right? Because when I was cleaning homes and I was doing the solo cleaning or solo cleaning with my team, who was my sister at the time, I was really, really busy. I know a lot of us are when we're solo cleaning, right? And I just remember, I was doing the marketing. I wanted all of these customers to come in, but when you're cleaning someone's bathroom and you're in a shower or you're hunched over somebody's toilet bowl cleaning and that phone is ringing, we're not so happy about that phone ringing, right? Because you're trying to scrub somebody's, shower at the time. So this is where ZenMaid's instant quoting and booking and lead forms really came into play to help relieve me of having to answer the phone so much. Because my clients could log onto my company's website, see what type of services I provide, choose to book for that specific type of service, understand what's included, choose a number of bedrooms, bathrooms, the extras that they want, and move forward with booking their cleaning. Okay. And it really has helped streamline the process. And, there were times before I actually had a team answering the phones and whatnot that sometimes I would just send our clients to our ZenMaid form. I'd be like, hi, thank you for calling. We're going to send you a link to fill out and we'll get back to a quote with you, within the next 30 minutes or so. I always gave myself enough time to get out of that cleaning and send a quote. But this has been super helpful. ZenMaid has so many different features, right? On the back end, on the customer front end. So you can use it as a scheduling tool, instant quoting, charging cards. But honestly, these forms, being able to put them on our website has been probably the best feature, in my opinion, that ZenMaid has, just because it really does help us convert a lot of our clients, and it does relieve a lot of the sales process. Otherwise, that would have to be done over the phone. Okay, so with ZenMaid's online forms, your clients have an immediate response, right? There's no waiting for callbacks or follow-ups. If you're showing the price, if you don't, then of course they're going to still follow up with you. And big piece of advice is I follow up with every single client that comes through on that booking form, whether we're showing pricing or not. We follow up with every single client just to make sure that the information that they give us is accurate, and to make sure that we're being very transparent with our services and our prices. Also, a statistic for you guys is that businesses with instant quoting options experience a 35% increase in conversion rates. And this right here is a screenshot of the booking form that I'm actually going to show you guys on how that works. So very quickly, I just wanted to show you guys what my website looks like. Now, this is a website that I've had since, we first started the cleaning business. This was like my biggest investment into the business, was having, web design done, and of course, implementing ZenMaid's quoting forms. But I do want to show you guys how they actually work once you embed them onto your website. ZenMaid makes it pretty easy for you guys to create these lead forms, and then they actually give you the code that you need, the HTML code that you need to embed onto your website. And if you are not familiar with any of those terms and you don't even want to, risk breaking something or doing something wrong on your website, then you can ask a professional web designer or ask somebody to embed these onto your site. But here, we have the website for my cleaning business. So as you can see, We have our areas, the different services drop down. Each one of them has its own individual page for SEO purposes. So if somebody is looking for a deep cleaning, I don't want them landing on a page talking about post-construction. If they're looking for post-construction, I don't want them landing on a page that talks about commercial cleaning. So we do have separate pages for each of our services, and then we have separate forms for each of those services. So that way, when we do convert these clients from the website through the booking form, I'll know exactly what type of cleaning it is that they're interested in. So as I mentioned, this is, our website, the services that we offer. We do have, why people should book with us, how to connect with us, and then each of those individual pages for each different type of cleaning that we offer. So once we click onto the actual page for the type of cleaning, we talk a little bit about the cleaning itself, right? And we talked about the checklist. I think it's really important to reiterate information to your clients, right? So the first place that they're going to read this information for this checklist is going to be my website. Then they are going to move forward to ZenMaid's instant quoting and booking form. And then I am going to send them a estimate email through ZenMaid's platform, right? Just spelling everything out. This is how much your clean is going to be. This is the date. This is the time. This is what we ask for a deposit. And they get that confirmation email or that quote. But again, we're spelling out what the checklist is, what they should expect from us, what we expect from the client. And we do that, as many times as we need to, just so that the client understands what to expect from us, right? We talked about transparency earlier. And if you communicate something, a number of times over the sales process, the client can't tell you that they didn't know something, right? The checklist. Well, why didn't you clean my walls? Well, that's not on the checklist on our website. That's not on the checklist that we sent through our ZenMaid, estimate. It wasn't on our ZenMaid booking confirmation. So they'll get the estimate, they'll get the confirmation the day before with the checklist, and we kind of just reiterate all that info. Again, we're talking about transparency. So as I showed you guys, from each individual page on my website, it'll then take you to ZenMaid's form. Okay. So mine, as I mentioned, I do show the pricing, but this is, we advise against this. But you can set it up, and this is all editable, right? So you guys can put all your information in here. Anything that you want to mention, you can do that. But you don't have to show pricing. So I do want to show you guys how I built out the form where you can still complete a booking without showing that pricing, because I know that it does intimidate a lot of clients or consumers, right? So again, ZenMaid's forms, completely customizable, which is something that I love, very easy to make and editable. So here is where a booking form, or rather a lead form, is going to look like when we're not showing the pricing, right? So here is where your client can input their first name, last name, email address. And as you can see, it's asking to please fill out this field, which is nice. You're going to have a phone number that you'll be capturing. You'll have the service address of the client. Now, further down, they can toggle the number of bedrooms and bathrooms, which I love, right? And again, we do verify all this information before, sending anyone out or giving them pricing, just because we like to double check and make sure that the client is giving us the right information. And we usually do that by double checking against like Zillow or Trulia, something of that sort. But here they can toggle the bedrooms and bathrooms, which I love. They can toggle to how large the property is, right? So now you're going to have that idea of, okay, now I know how to quote this. It's a 2-bed, 2-bath, 2,000 square feet. Usually takes us about 4 man hours. Let me call them and give them a price, or let me send them a quotation through the ZenMaid platform if you don't want to give them a call. So here's where you'll have all that information on the client's home. Of course, you can add more additional services. I just added 4 here for you guys, so they can choose, whatever is considered an extra for the type of cleaning for the form that you are building is what you can add here. So let's say if it's inside fridge, they can check that off, interior windows, oven, and pets. Now, as I did mention, with ZenMaid's lead forms, they are customizable, but there are just some features that I want to show you guys because we are going to have to put a couple of customized questions. So, for example, inside interior windows, what you would do, let's say if windows was an extra for you, is you would add windows as an extra, but then you would also add the customizable question. If you choose windows, how many windows would you like to include? Okay, so that gives the opportunity for the client to put 15 windows, right? So now you know, okay, I charge, let's just say $3 a window. That's just an example. 3 times 10 is $30. So you'll be able to quote your client when you give them a call. And same thing for pets. Let's say you put pets as an additional for one of your cleanings, then you would put the question as to, if you choose pets, how many pets are in the home? Maybe you charge an extra $10, $15. This is where you will be able to kind of extract that information from the clients, since these do not change in numbers, right? And again, these forms are customizable. You can edit these questions. You can, add more, reduce. We do ask, do you have any special further requests? So the client can put any requests in here that they might, want to let you know of, like, oh, hey, can you guys clean the front porch, etc. Then we have the option to ask when the property was last professionally cleaned. And I really love this because it kind of gives you a sense of what you're going to walk into, right? It's always somewhat of a surprise unless you are doing walkthroughs or video walkthroughs or in-person walkthroughs. However, this indicator right here will give you a little bit of a heads up as to when the place was last cleaned professionally. Then you can have the client pick their appointment date. Okay. Now, when they do click on the date, it's just going to give them a date. And again, you will have to confirm with the client if that date is available and the time with them. Everything we confirm with the client before actually, going to perform a cleaning. Now, the next question that we have here is to choose your cleaning schedule. And then we have it noted that discounts are applied after initial deep cleaning, right? So then they can go ahead and choose how frequent they would like us to show up to their house. And of course, my favorite part, one of my favorite parts of this intake form that ZenMaid that I have on my website is the credit card payment processing, right? So they put in their credit card information and this saves to your credit card platform. So we happen to use Stripe in our business. So once the client fills this information out, their card is then saved onto our Stripe account. It only shows the last 4 of their card. So if anyone, if a client ever tells you, oh, I don't feel comfortable, it doesn't save the entire card number. It's just the last 4 that you can see. And this just really makes it a lot easier when it comes to collecting deposits, if that's something that you implement within your cleaning business, which is something we do. And of course, charging the client after the cleaning. So in my cleaning business, we take a 25% non-refundable deposit up front, and then the balance of the cleaning is charged immediately after the clean using the card on file. And this is not something that I have had any pushback on, just so you guys know that, right? Because some people are like, oh, well, I don't think someone's going to want to give me their credit card information. How many times have you and I logged on to buy something and put our credit card info like that, right? It could be stuff that we're ordering, from across seas, and we're quick to give a credit card number. Or, don't think that this is going to scare people off. At least in my opinion, it's not something that does. If anything, people understand that in today's day and age, we put our credit cards on file. But this is going to make part of the payment process so much easier for you guys, because you're not going to have to ask for credit card information over the phone. You're not going to have to worry about a check bouncing. We happen to take just credit cards and debit card transactions in our cleaning business. And for me, it's just a lot easier to track everything. So I did want to just show you guys this awesome intake form, again, for houses. Now, I do also want to show you a form that we built out for commercial cleaning as well. Okay. So as I mentioned, we have a separate page for each of our clean types. And then after our customers, navigate that page, they are then taken to an intake form. And here's how we customize this actually for our commercial clients as well, right? So here it says book a free walkthrough. We'll visit your business, take measurements, capture photos, and gain a thorough understanding of your specific needs. So the only thing that we got rid of here were the bedrooms and bathrooms, right? And you, again, customizable. So you guys can use this in different areas of your business. Like for me, I made this work for me for commercial cleaning because I just need that information to give them a call, right? You can also use this for Airbnb cleanings if you happen to do rental cleanings, right? Where people can toggle in between the bedrooms, the bathrooms, all of the things, and you don't have to show up pricing. You just capture that lead, give them a call, understand more about what it is that they need from you, and then you can go ahead and quote them. So this is just talking about some of the features that we, currently did just go over. So the credit card storage, huge plus, something that we were looking for from the very beginning of, starting our cleaning business was getting credit card information and making it easy because I did not feel comfortable asking people for their credit card information over the phone. Although most people will give it to you, I just wanted to be able to streamline that, just a little bit better. So with the no hidden fees, transparency and pricing builds trust with potential clients. I want to clarify that the pricing can vary depending on how you set up those forms, right? So I showed you that I do put some pricing on there, others don't. We advise against it because we don't use multipliers, right? So as you saw, like with the refrigerators or the pets, we don't have those multipliers. So this time sometimes it'll affect the pricing, as we mentioned earlier. But again, completely customizable. What we do on our forms is that we put this is an estimate, right? So again, you can edit the forms. We put this is an estimate. You will be contacted, within 24 hours to confirm everything. This is an estimate. This is an estimate. And we repeat that because we don't want people to think that, what they see, it's an estimate. We have to further discuss. Okay, so we did talk about the customization, which is awesome on their booking form. So you can create tailored booking forms that reflect your business's unique offerings, right? As I mentioned, a lot of us operate differently. What's included in my deep clean might be an extra for you. What might be an extra for you might be included in mine. And that is where you can customize those extras and really tailor them to the type of cleaning that you're specifically talking about in that one form. Also, something that's awesome, as I mentioned, ZenMaid has a ton of cool features, you guys, but one of them is the automated follow-ups that I love. So you can send reminders and follow-up emails automatically after a booking is made. All you have to do is go into the settings portion of your ZenMaid dashboard, and then I believe it's under communication, SMS, and email, but you can edit those automated follow-ups and you can set them up so that clients will know, you can have a reminder that you're coming, and you can just send them, any requests that you might have, or maybe you're looking to get a review from a client. So those follow-ups that ZenMaid has implemented into their software has been a huge time saver for us, because otherwise I was manually doing it in the beginning, or otherwise I would have to have my now assistant doing that. But really, we're saving time, and he can work on other money generating tasks other than following up with some of these clients. Now, the impact on your business's sales. So cleaning businesses that use these quoting forms report a 20% increase in sales. So you're going to notice increased conversions by streamlining the process leads to more bookings without the need of manual follow-up. You will have the convenience of the quoting and intake forms so that you can, highlight your services, let people know what is included, let people know what is extra, and let your clients know that you will get in contact with them, in X amount of hours after filling out this booking form. And of course, automation overall saves a lot of time. So with automated quotes and booking and leads, you can focus on delivering quality service instead of handling the admin work, which I love so much. ZenMaid has saved me and my team countless hours of time in the beginning and throughout the entire journey of us having this cleaning business. It has really helped us with saving a lot of time in the automation process. And now my question to you is, are you guys ready to turn your website into a 24/7 sales machine? If you are, then be sure to check out ZenMaid for a free 14-day trial. So you guys will have 14 full days to try out ZenMaid's software. Again, I've implemented ZenMaid since the very beginning of having my business. I am a huge techie. Okay, I have worked for SaaS companies. I have tried every booking platform under the sun. I'm not going to start to name them all, but there is no platform that is as affordable, okay, which is very important nowadays, and that does so much, right, for the cost of having this platform. You can take a look around, you can compare notes, but price wise and value wise, I don't think there's anyone that is, topping ZenMaid. And I'm not just saying that because I'm talking to you guys, ZenMaid Mastermind Group and ZenMaid, a YouTube channel, but I have been a huge fan of ZenMaid for years. And if you guys go back on my social media and you scroll, you'll see that I'm not just saying that. Love them, love everything that it does for my business. If you guys do need any assistance, I actually do web design. I have a team that works with cleaning business owners. So if you need a new website built, we can help you out with that, as well as any type of marketing materials. And if you need any help with implementing ZenMaid's booking platform, quoting forms, we also do help with the implementation of ZenMaid. So let us help you integrate your ZenMaid instant quoting and booking forms to drive more sales for your cleaning businesses. As I mentioned, we do web design, integration, and of course, help you with your existing website. So if you guys are interested, you can reach out to me at Carolyn Arellano on YouTube. And my website is www.cleaningbusinessmentor.com.